Hey there, everyone. This is Kevin Dorsey, and this screencast is going to be all about the integration between Google Classroom and Khan Academy. Over here on the left, you can see Google Classroom for a math class that I created. And then over here, you can see Khan Academy, my coach's dashboard, and two classes that I created there. In these classes, they're quite small. I have two students in one and one in the other. But let's go back over here to Google Classroom for just a second and let's just see some of the things that are on here. So I have a welcome message to my students. It's actually an assignment. So when they are finished following these directions and going to Khan Academy and signing up for my class, they would click done. Also, you can see here on this stream that I've asked a question of the class. I've done that through surveying, and the survey results show up right there, and I've allowed students to read those. Also, students can comment freely about your class. And here's something else. I posted a video and then asked the students to come up with 5 questions. This would be homework, and so you can consider this a flipped classroom lesson since they'll be doing the learning at home, answering a few questions for you, or sorry, coming up with a few questions, and then you read those before they come to class and you're ready to teach them. So that's just one way to get some data on students. But anyhow, this is just to show you an overview of the dashboard or the stream of Google Classroom. For teachers, you can invite students, and for students you already have, you can invite their guardians, their parents, if you wish. Also, there is an About page, and the About page, of course, has syllabus or anything else. You also have your Google Drive folder, Classroom, and Google Calendar. A nice feature here too is you can invite other teachers. So if you're co-teaching or if you're handing students off after the semester, you can invite a teacher and then leave yourself off. So that's pretty cool. So you can hand off these Google Classrooms. So that's that. You have this over here. So that's pretty neat. You can post things, like I said, directly here in the stream. That's very cool. But there's also something else that's pretty cool. You can definitely personalize learning with Google Classroom by incorporating a lot of different tools and finding a lot of different videos like this, and then tracking students with Google Forms or having them do presentations, and then from there assigning different things to different students, right? Of course you can do that. You can definitely personalize learning without a whole lot of technology. But along comes Khan Academy, and Khan Academy lets us do some really, really marvelous things with personalized learning. So let's just go to this class that I created. The name of it actually comes from this class, 9th grade math, period 4A. It comes from here because I've linked my Khan Academy back to this Google Classroom, this actual one right there. And this one down here happens to be another Google Classroom that I have. Anyhow, I'm just going to click on this here on my coach's dashboard. And I'm going to come to a page where it's going to allow me to assign content to my students. Also, while I'm on here, I can click on progress so I can see the progress of my students. Now remember, I don't have many students and they haven't gone very far, so you're not going to see a lot of stuff here. As you can see, not a whole lot of activity going on here, but I can get a lot of different stats on the students. And then also their preparation for the SAT. That would be once they're connected to College Board, they would be able to pull in their scores. Here's the roster of students and here's settings. Now let's get back to the really cool thing, right? It's the assignments. So I'm going to find a Mathematics 1 content to assign to students. Now I only have Mathematics 1 because when I set up this class, I chose that to be the content for the course. Now you could have Algebra 2, you could have Geometry 1, you could have a whole lot of stuff in here. But this class is limited to Mathematics 1 because it is on par with the standards that Common Core has for high school. So what we're going to do is we could choose from the contents here if we want, or we could just go right down here to various ones and look at them individually. So you could look at solving equations here, right here. You can look at working with units. You can look at linear equations or break that down even further. So let's talk about intercepts from an equation. We're going to click on this. Okay, and you can see right here, we're able to answer questions so we get a feeling for what these are. As a math teacher, we probably should know what these are. So we should be good to go there. But this is really just a sampling of what's to come. We can watch a video or use a hint in order to help us teach better. So we can learn by this, and then if we need to work with students directly, after learning it ourselves, if we needed a review, we can go and do that. What we want to do right now, because we're talking about really the integration between Google Classroom and Khan Academy, is the following. We're going to go to this lesson page, and now you're going to see some other cool stuff. So down here on the lesson page, you're going to see that there are some videos. You can see the icon of the play button right there. So when we click on these, we are now given the option of assigning it in Google Classroom, Facebook if you're daring enough, Twitter if you're cool enough, I guess, and email if you're, I guess, lame enough. Anyways, in Google Classroom, you can do this, or I should say with Google Classroom. So we're going to say that we're going to assign this right here to, let's say, 10 of our students. So what we could do is we can go to Google Classroom, click here. Then what that's going to do, it's going to give us the option of choosing a class. So I have a few classes. I'm going to choose 9th grade math, 4th period. The action is I'm going to create an assignment on this. Or you know what, I could even create a question. I could ask a question using this video and have all the students answer it live. I wouldn't really want to ever do that, but that is a possibility. Anyhow, I'm going to create this assignment right here. I'm going to click go. I can choose how many students. Since I don't have really any students in this class, I'm just going to leave it at all. But if you wanted to, you could choose, 10 students to assign this to. You could choose, again, you could go back and re-choose the class you want to give it to. You can expand upon your directions here. You can do anything you really want with this. You must select a due date. So why don't we make it the 9th? You can select a time as well. The topic, I'm going to put asynchronous there. And then here I can schedule it, save it as a draft, or assign it right away. So I'm going to assign this right away. Okay, now let's go back to our stream and notice that there's nothing there yet. But what I'm going to do is I am going to refresh this screen. And now you should see it pop up right there. And there it is. So if this were assigned to just say 10 students, you would see an indicator of that saying it right there. But it's not. So students, by the way, also who were assigned this through Khan Academy, they also would have just received an email. And to top it off, on their dashboard on Khan Academy, they're going to see that there is an assignment for them. Now, you might be wondering to yourself, I thought Khan Academy gave students practice on its own. Yes, that is true. So Khan Academy will give students a diagnostic test when they first land in their account, once they set it all up. The diagnostic test is going to give them a pathway, and as they work their way through it, it will tell them new things that they can do, new lessons they can do, where to tighten up. After students take the fall PSATs, scores come back in December. And at that time then, students would be able to then connect their College Board accounts to their Khan Academy accounts, and then it would be more tailored to their precise needs in order to raise their PSAT 8-9, PSAT NMSQT, PSAT 9-10, and then ultimately the SAT. So I hope that you enjoyed this. That's just a little bit of what Google Classroom and Khan Academy can do together. But ultimately, you can do lots and lots of feedback. You can do all sorts of mentoring with students with this. You can do all sorts of things with this. I hope you enjoyed this. And ultimately, the options are limitless with these two products put together. Thanks so much.